Here's part 2 of your basics on what's going on with Iran and Israel. So the understandable concern is that America will have to send soldiers to the Middle East and will be funding another endless war. The latest polling is showing that only about 16% of Americans want the U.S. to be involved in this conflict. But it's not that simple, and we don't always have the luxury of completely staying out of it. Don't forget, love him or hate him, Trump excels at negotiating. But we don't need to send troops over. So the people of Iran want freedom from this regime. They want to see it weakened to the point where the people can overthrow them. Chanting in the streets, Mar Bar Hameni, death to the supreme leader. So the U.S. only really needs to aid in systematically eliminating that regime's ability to wage war on foreign powers, but also on its own people. I do think there's a high level of curiosity over these B-2 bombers. Remember, they're the only ones that can fly high enough and carry the 30,000-pound Moab bunker buster bombs that can take out Iran's enriched uranium and centrifuges that are deep underground. You've probably heard about Fordo, which is where a significant portion of it's held. Israel has the ability to blow everything else up except that. So the U.S. may either handle it ourselves or send Israel those B-2s. If the regime falls, it's not necessary really to take out Fordo. If they don't fall, Fordo may be the target. Interestingly, we've moved between 21 to 35 aerial retanking jets, which is significant because it signals that the smaller fighters are going to the Middle East. We don't know exactly what that means, but one of our favorite things to do is make predictions. Now, Israel's been one of the U.S.'s greatest allies, but certainly our greatest friend in the Middle East, particularly recently. They operate like the policemen of the Middle East, and both our nations have a vested interest in seeing the current Iranian regime topple. So, team, we won't necessarily be dragged into the conflict. It doesn't mean World War III. There's a reason every other nation on earth is being very quiet right now, sitting back and watching this happen. Iran's typical sponsors like Russia and China are nowhere to be found. The Israelis control the skies. We don't need to put any boots on the ground. Israel's doing the cleanup job no one else wants to do, so they have our support, but from a safe distance. Well, this is an extremely complex and nuanced conflict. There are a lot of other details to share, but those are your basics for now.